If you are unaware, the Cleveland Cavaliers recently made a trade for Kyle Korver. And the following day, LeBron James made a statement talking about the trade and also stated that the Cleveland Cavaliers really needed to pick up a point guard. Well, the only point guards currently on the roster are Kyrie, Irving, and Felder. Iman Shumpert runs the point a little bit, but because of this statement, I started to look into free agency a little bit, and I noticed a few players that the Cleveland Cavaliers could pick up. The first player that I could see them picking up is Mario Chalmers. Mario Chalmers last played for the Memphis Grizzlies, but he was most prominent in his role as the starting point guard for the Miami Heat during the LeBron era. Mario Chalmers was often seen as LeBron's punching dummy during the season. Whenever something went wrong, it seemed like him or Wade or Bosch would yell at Chalmers. But I truly believe LeBron liked him as a point guard and would easily want the Cavaliers to pick him up during this season. Mario Chalmers did go down with an ACL tear in the last season with the Memphis Grizzlies, was waived, and hasn't played since. But if he was looking to make an NBA comeback, I personally think that the Cleveland Cavaliers would definitely be looking at him. It's unknown if he's wanting an NBA comeback because he is 32 years old and he just had an ACL tear, so it's really up to him. But if I had to make a guess, I would definitely think that Chalmers would want to be a Cleveland Cavalier as well. Another point guard that I could possibly see as a Cleveland Cavalier is Norris Cole. Norris Cole also was a point guard for the Miami Heat in the LeBron era. His last stint was in New Orleans, I believe, and he averaged about 10 points per game, but he eventually was waived and actually played a stint in China and is now probably looking for an NBA comeback. Hoops Hype currently has him rumored to be in the mix for Memphis, but if Mario Chalmers is officially done or doesn't want to play for the remainder of the season and let his ACL heal a little bit more, I could totally see Norris Cole as a Cleveland Cavalier as well. There's two players that I could totally see as Cleveland Cavaliers as realistic choices, and there's two players that I would personally want to see as a Cleveland Cavalier as a fan of the NBA. The two players that I think could be picked up by the Cleveland Cavaliers are Greivis Vasquez, who last played for Brooklyn. He is a point guard. He is a very tall point guard who can shoot the three ball. The Cleveland Cavaliers really are looking for as much shooting as possible, and Greivis Vasquez is a decent three-point shooter, so I could totally see him coming in there and being a tall point guard who could possibly guard the other team's point guard or whatever the Cleveland Cavaliers defense needs. Another player that I could possibly see being picked up by the Cleveland Cavaliers is none other than Nate Robinson. Ever since 2010 until now, I have noticed that the GMs of LeBron's team usually go for more prolific players in the NBA who have had a past more than players that need potential. Felder is kind of an anomaly in that situation, but one player that I could totally see as a Cleveland Cavalier is Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson is a 5'9" point guard. He was most prominent for the Knicks, but he last played for the New Orleans Pelicans and was actually waived. He was playing pretty decent, but after that he decided that he wanted to try out for the NFL. He didn't even make anything and then played a season in Israel, I believe. He's been out of the NBA for, I think, a year now, but the last time he did play, he did put up pretty decent numbers, if I do say so myself. He actually only played 2 or 3 games with the Pelicans, but I remember I watched 2 out of those 3, and he did decent, so it's possible that he could be picked up by the Cleveland Cavaliers, but I would definitely count on Chalmers, Cole, or Vasquez before him. Two players that I would definitely want to see the Cleveland pickup are Archie Goodwin. Archie Goodwin is a 22-year-old point guard who last played for New Orleans. He played pretty much 4 years in Phoenix, and he was a decent player. So I definitely would like to see him as a third-string point guard, but they already have Felder, who is a young prospect point guard. So that's probably out of the question. But one player that I would love to see as a Cleveland Cavalier, just because of the history, is Lance Stephenson. Lance Stephenson is a shooting guard, but he likes to have the ball in his hand. I'm a Charlotte Hornets fan, so I don't really have a good past with Lance Stephenson. He didn't really play well for us. It's kind of funny because the last few weeks he's been having these NBA 2K tournaments. He's been playing with Cash Nasty Gaming, I believe, and it's kind of funny to watch, but if he was wanting to go back into the NBA, I could totally see the Cleveland Cavaliers as a valid option. I would definitely want to see Lance Stephenson on the Cleveland Cavaliers just because of his history with LeBron James, and I truly believe that someone like LeBron could make Lance Stephenson a better player, even though it hasn't happened. The last time Lance Stephenson was a prominent force in the NBA, he was playing for the Indiana Pacers, who were the number 1 seed and also went to Game 7 of the 2013 Eastern Conference Finals, that was the last time he really was focused on the game. When he came to the Hornets, we kind of wanted him to be the number one option. He didn't really want to be the number one option. He didn't really care that much. He started making rap songs, and he was pretty shitty on the court. So since 2013, he hasn't really done much, but I could see if he was put into a system like the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are the number one seed in the Eastern Conference, he could totally keep his mind focused and possibly be the backup point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Those are the 6 players that I truly believe the Cleveland Cavaliers could be looking at with that open roster spot thanks to the Kyle Korver trade. If you don't agree with me, or if you do agree with me, please leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.